everyone, welcome to Be Well Live. My name is Melissa Souza and I'm the Senior Wellness Coordinator in the Athletics and Recreation Department. And today we have a few hip openers in our yoga class. So we're gonna get a nice hip stretch. We've never done these before, so walk you through it. You're gonna feel really deep stretches, but I'll walk you through it and we'll work through it together. So please remember to go at your own pace today. Take breaks as needed. And if you experience any faintness, dizziness, pain, or shortness of breath, please stop. So grab yourself a mat and roll it out. Get yourself into a comfy spot. If you don't have a mat, a towel will work just fine. Grab yourself some oils if you have, and a bottle of water would be great. Today I have with me my Daydream from Sage, of course. And it's a relaxing blend, so that's going to be my mantra and or my intention for my practice today is going to be to relax. So throughout my practice and throughout my rest of my day, I'll just focus on taking deep breaths and relaxing. Maybe even add some more oils to those pressure points later on if I need it. So I hope that you find some truth to your intention today, whatever it is and wherever you are, and you set that intention for your practice and for the rest of your day to bring yourself some positivity and some light. So let's get started right here while we've got our oils nice and fresh on us. We're going to start in our easy pose. We're just going to sit up nice and tall, cross-legged, really is what easy pose is. And we're going to hold our hands in a mantra or in a mudra if we prefer. I'm doing index to thumb again for energy and for positivity today. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Big inhale in. And we're going to exhale it out. Dropping those shoulders away from our ears. Big inhale in. And we're going to exhale it out. Big inhale in. And we're going to exhale it out. Let's do one more. Sounds like I'm going to need it. Big inhale in and drop it down. So let's get ourselves into a cat-cow pose, or ready for cat-cow and tabletop. So let's swing our legs around. You're about hip width apart or shoulder width a little bit. Probably let's do shoulder here. And our hands are going to be directly underneath our shoulders. So we're going to hold it nice and tight here, our spine nice and long. And as we take an inhale, we're going to drop our belly and we're going to reach our chin forward. And on an exhale, push away from our mat, stretching through that upper back body. Our head will drop down here, really pressing away from our mat, stretching it out. Another big inhale, again, chin comes forward, we drop our belly. And on an exhale, push away from our mat, rolling our necks down, feeling that stretch. Let's do one more variation here. Let's return to our tabletop now. I'm going to turn around so that you can see this. It's called tabletop leg wide. So we're going to stay here in our tabletop position. You're going to take your left leg now and you're going to draw it to the side here. And we're going to stay here. So you're staying and holding that integrity in your spine still as we did in tabletop. And we're going to hold it here for 2 breaths. Exhale it out. This is a great hip opener. Big breath in. And as we exhale here, let's try to walk our hands out here. Don't collapse in our elbows. Bring our head down to our mat. Forehead kisses the mat. And let's hold it here for 2 breaths. Big hip stretch. Exhale it out. Another big breath in. And as we exhale, walk those hands back up. And we're going to draw our leg back in to our tabletop position. Let's do the same thing here, but we're going to do it on our other side. So I'm going to draw my right leg into my leg out wide variation of tabletop, and here we're going to hold for 2 breaths. Exhale it out. inhale. And on this next exhale, see if we can walk our hands out again. And again, remember not to collapse in our elbows, but we can allow our forehead to kiss the mat if our bodies are allowing us today. And as we exhale, let's bring it back up again, walking our hands back up into tabletop. And I'm going to spin back around here so that you can see we're here. Back in our tabletop, we're just going to slide our hands. Actually, we're going to stay here. Let's stay here for this one. We're going to slide our leg out. So let's do a side plank variation. So we're going to swing our right leg out here. And as we do, we come into kind of a side plank variation. So we're not up on a side plank, a full side plank with our leg out. We are using this as an anchor, our right leg. So from here, we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to bow and arrow our arm up and have our gaze up to our left arm here, or our hand. Taking 2 deep breaths. Another big deep one. And exhale it out. We're going to swing our arm back down and our leg around to tabletop again. Let's do the same thing on our other side. So we're going to swing our left leg out, and as we do, our right foot comes out into a side plank variation. Let's bow and arrow that right arm up this time, having our gaze follow. 2 breaths here. And exhale. Let's come back into our tabletop position. So from here, we're just going to take an easy seat so you can drop down on one side of your hip, swing your legs around here. And so we're in half staff, so both feet should be flat on the ground. We're going to roll down together so that our backs are flat on our mat, sliding back here. Once we're here, let's draw both knees up towards our chest. So we should be here. And we're going to work on happy baby. So happy baby is a very deep hip opening stretch. So on an inhale, let's reach up, grab the outer sides of both of our feet. And from here, we pull down on our feet. So we're pulling down, getting a very, very deep hip stretch here. And we're trying to keep our back nice and flat on the ground. So try to keep those shoulders down and try to keep that lower back down on the mat. We're going to hold it here for 3 breaths, pulling down on our feet if you need a deeper stretch. On an inhale, you can do a slight release. And as you exhale, you can pull deeper into that stretch. Another big breath here. Exhale it out. Let's hold it right here for 1 more breath. Big inhale. And as we exhale, allow your feet to come back down on your mat here. So we're going to work on another hip opener. That's a great one. So if you want to swing your legs back around, we're going to come back into our tabletop position. So we should be here on our mat. And if you want to slightly walk both hands out, your right and your left, we're going to work on pigeon pose. So we'll do the right leg first. If you want to draw your right knee towards your right wrist, and you're going to lay your right shin across the front of your mat. As you do that, you can take a step back with your left leg here. And we're going to make sure that our left knee is facing down towards our mat. So you might want to just take a peek and look behind you. Make sure that your left foot is flat on the mat. You can probably really feel this in your right hip here. This is upright pigeon. Holding here for 2 breaths. Exhale it out. Really trying to square our hips here. And another exhale. Stay for your inhale. We're going to drop into sleeping pigeon. So if you can, if you're ready for a little bit of a deeper stretch here, we're going to walk our hands down. We can either be here on our forearms. We can also stack both of our hands here. So we're gonna do a fist stack, and that way we have somewhere for our forehead to rest. So let's lay down into sleeping pigeon here. You'll really feel this deep stretch on the right side. Hold in here for 2 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale it out. Try not to scrunch. Big inhale in. Exhale those shoulders away from the ears. Let's stay for our inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to take our hands and we're going to walk ourselves back up into upright pigeon, and we're going to bring ourselves back to our tabletop position. So let's do the same thing on our left side. So walking our hands out slightly in front of us. You're going to take your left knee and you're going to move it towards your left wrist, and you're going to lay your left shin now across the front of your mat. So again, dropping that right leg straight behind you, looking behind you to make sure that your knee is straight down facing the mat. And then we're going to hold ourselves here in an upright pigeon for 2 breaths. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Trying to keep our hips square, facing forward. Inhale it in. And if we can here, let's exhale ourselves down into our sleeping pigeon. And again, you can be right down to the mat if you can, forearms, or you can do a stacked fist. I'm going to stay in stacked fist. We're going to do 2 deep breaths here. Let's stay for our inhale here. And as we exhale, let's push ourselves back up. And we're going to draw our left leg back here so that we find ourselves back into tabletop. So from here, if we can, curl your toes down. What I'd like you to do is press yourself back up into our one and only downward facing dog today. And when you're here, just start to walk our hands back up so that we're nice and flat. And we're coming up to stand. You can stand at the top of your mat. I'm going to stand here so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring my feet slightly shoulder width apart. My hands are going to come into prayer position here. I'm going to take a big inhale in, and we're going to drop ourselves into a yogic squat. So this is a very deep stretch of the hips again. So here we are. See if you can get yourself into this position. Chest up as much as you can, trying to keep our spine straight. And we're trying to drop our sit bones down as close as we can to our mat. Let's hold it here for 2 breaths if we can. Exhale it out. Big inhale here. And exhale it out. Stay for your inhale. Good job, everybody. Holding, holding, holding. And as we exhale, let's take our hands behind us and find a seat on our bones. So I'm going to turn around here. We're going to do a supine figure 4. So if you want to lay back down again, like we did for Happy Baby, with both feet flat on the ground, we're going to take our left foot, we're going to cross it over our right, and we're going to have our left hand slide through. We're going to grasp our right hand behind our hamstring here, and we're going to pull ourselves in on an inhale. So pull that leg, that right leg towards you until you feel a nice deep stretch on the left side. We're going to hold it here for 2 breaths. Exhale it out. Big breath in. Exhale. Let's hold it here for our inhale. Really see if we can pull it in. Pull on that right leg until we get a nice deep stretch on the left. And on our exhale, release with control. So we're going to work on our right side now. So if you're going to lift that right leg up, and we're going to cross it over our left leg this time. We're going to thread our needle, right arm comes through the leg. Feet flexed. We're gonna pull in now on that left leg, feeling the stretch in our right side body. Big breath in, exhale it out. Another big breath in. And exhale it out. Stay again for that inhale. See if we can pull in just a bit deeper. And as we exhale, drop yourself straight into Shavasana. So legs will come straight down, arms will splay away from the body. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. We've earned it. Lots of deep stretches today. Inhale. Send all the positive energy that you have, all that nice breath, to wherever your body needs it today. I think my hips are going to need it after that. Another big breath in. Really feel the release of the exhale. One more big inhale here. And you can stay here in Shavasana for as long as you need, or later on today you can join us for a bachata dance class at 1 o'clock or a salsa dance class at 3 o'clock at senecasting.ca. You'll find our Zoom links there for both those classes. Be safe, everybody. Be well. Namaste.